Authors Tell All, a podcast by Shy Soul. She's bringing you author interviews, book discussions, and more. Stay tuned. Authors Tell All, a podcast by Shy Soul. She's bringing you author interviews, book discussions, and more. Stay tuned.
everyone. It is a late night. How are you guys doing? I'm your host, Shy Soul, and we are live with Rita Love. How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, this is my second midnight show, so this is going to be fun. You guys, this show is explicit. So if you can't handle it, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. You know this, guys, you know this is authors tell all, so let's get into this. First, I want to know about your books. When are these wonderful books going to be debuting on Amazon?
Well, actually, the Boss Chick Weakness book debuted yesterday, and it hit the bestsellers list like 3 times, and I'm super excited about it, and like really, really appreciative of like everybody's support. It's like doing pretty good so far.
That's amazing. So, what made you, first of all, what made you want to become a author, writer in the first place?
Okay, so I've always been like a big reader, like since I was really young. But one day when I was like 14, I had this brilliant idea to go on the internet and try to find if there was something that existed, pretty much like porn in a book. I just like had no knowledge of it, but I was really interested in the idea. So I came across this porn website where people like all over the world can submit erotic stories, and I like fell in love with it. I was like obsessed. And then like I came up with the idea to write my own thing, and it did like super well. It was like 50,000 people were reading it at the time. It's like a pretty big site. And ever since then, I'm just like, wow, you know, like this was like a really fun experience. I think I want to do this all the time. So I've been writing like ever since then, and it all started with porn. So.
I mean, it is what it is. Erotica is very, very popular. Now I can say I've written my first one and it did really good. You know, you have some authors who are not into that, even readers, and then you have some publishers who are like, I won't publish that because of the genre, and you know, saying that we can't sell that. You get what I'm saying? Like, it won't market. And as you just said, your book has topped the charts, so you know you're proving everybody wrong. And you know, and everybody likes a juicy read. Who doesn't?
Oh my God, man! The things you're saying are truer than you think.
Exactly. Like they haven't said sex sells. They didn't say that for a reason. It's the truth.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it runs a lot of shit in my life.
Yes. So, what was the most favorite part in the book that you got to write? That had you like, oh my God, I can't wait for everybody to read this. Be like, oh my God, no, she didn't. What was that moment?
Oh, okay. It's between 2, and I'm gonna tell you like the one that I get the most reaction out of, and it's me telling somebody a story about one of the wildest things I've ever done. And I had told her that I took a stripper to a motel room and I put cocaine on her asshole and snorted it. And it had been like 2 weeks prior to that conversation. But the detail in the scene and just like the Rita style of comedy in it is probably some shit that I'd want like on my tombstone or something, you know?
Mm-hmm. But like we just talked about, with that type of book, you can do anything with it. Like for me, for instance, you know, when I wrote my book, I was like, how far can I go with this? You know, I was like, I've never written this before. I'm like, how far can I go? And I made a post. I was like, if such and such did this on stage, you know, for his performance, and you know, you ladies are watching this, is that too wild? Should I not put that in my book? They was like, do it. Just do it. Oh my God, that is nothing we have ever read before. Do it. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. Because I'm a drama-filled person, but to that extent, I'm like, I don't know what's going to be, you know, cutting it close to them wanting to pull it off Amazon or something. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, how far can I go? And they was like, just do it, right? And I got the reactions. just like that when others read the story. So I can only imagine. Now,
I was gonna say, I need to read some of your shit, obviously, but go ahead.
What I was gonna, I'm still thinking about what you said. If I would have, I know I've read some wild, crazy things, but I've never read anything like that. If I would have read that, I'm the type of reader. I would have read that in your book. I would have quickly messaged you like, "Oh no, you didn't. What?" And then I'd be like, "I'm going back to reading." That's totally me. I would be harassing you to like, "I can't believe you." That's totally me. You would get tired of me as a reader. I know that.
Yeah, you should read my diary. It's pretty fun in there too.
I most certainly cannot wait until you come out with some more amazing stories. I know you have a few. So I know that the one that is not out yet, I know you don't want to give too many spoilers away, but we could touch up on it. So yeah, we could touch up on it just a little bit.
Yeah, all in all, it is a story centered around, being hurt and, pretty much being completely against building trust in a person. And the message is definitely some go with your gut type shit, but also still have a good time and kind of ride the wave and see where it gets you, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I like all of my books to be something like that. It's a mental health thing mixed with, I guess, conforming to two types of demographics. Just with the whole urban and contemporary feel. So you're going to get a lot of that, especially in the second book, because it's the She Saw for a Cleveland Kingpin, and I'm from Ohio, so it's like really close to my heart. Like, I was really excited to be able to do that for the readers. I really hope they like it just as much as they like the Bosch Takes Sweet Best, for sure.
Love it. I can't wait for that to come out as well. That's gonna be a great read.
Thank you.
So, where do you see yourself, in the next few months with your books? Are you the type of writer that, can write a book within, a couple of weeks, a month, or does it take you longer?
That is all up to my depression, because, that's a huge factor in it, but I can do both. It just depends on how driven I am. In the next few months, I have 2 books coming. I'm doing this really dope collab with my publishers. Huge shout out to, Vishay and D. They're really awesome, but we're doing a Lost in the Trenches collab. I can't give away too much, but I'm a part of it, and that will be my 3rd book, which is my, my pause point right there, because I'm making a pretty big move right now, so I'm going to give it a second. I have 2 other books that I have already written, and I think I'll be putting those out around that time.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for an author who has a set goal, and then be like, okay, yeah, I'm going to take a break. But don't think I'm going to take a break for too long. I'm going to be back with more stories. I do it too. I took a long break and then just said, you know what? Now I'm ready to put out this next story.
Yeah, the mental health is pretty important. You got to take a break sometimes.
Yes, very, very true. So, with writing, if you could pick your ultimate favorite thing about writing, what would it be? Like, how does it really help? Like, how does it really, really help you?
I would say something along the lines of being a big thinker. It kind of helps, push some shit out, and at the same time, that artistry is like pretty deep. Like, it helps me with my ego, I guess you could say. Makes me feel really good about myself when I can put some shit out, just even getting something quick on the paper, and I'm just like, wow, that came out of me. It's pretty cool, like having a kid, I guess.
Do you feel as if an author should have more original content in their book, or that same storyline that, you know, will just grasp the reader and be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna try out this author because, you know, I've read this before. How do you feel about that?
I feel like there should be a certain level of compromise when it comes to both. Like, appeal to the masses, but give them some different shit to look at as well.
I feel you. That is very true because, like you said earlier, you know, your writing style is different and, you know, you want to put out different books, but you're still you. So, of course, your stories are going to be original. You know, why try to write what everybody else write just to, you know, catch the eye? Because obviously the stuff that you're talking about, the stuff that you're writing is definitely going to catch somebody's eye. Especially if you're putting crazy good content like that.
I definitely hope so.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. I could just visualize it. So as a new author, what advice would you give to an aspiring author who's trying to get where you are now?
Reach out. I would not be here if it wasn't for people like Sunny Nicole. Shout out to her too, another one of my favorite authors. But her, you know, Lachey, Dee, everywhere I came at this point was because another really great, supportive black female author has helped me get to this point. Like, everybody's never on some, like, catty shit or, you know, everybody wants everybody to win. So whenever somebody reaches out to me as an aspiring author, I take time out of my day to actually sit there and tell them all of the shit that I've learned so far.
Yes, I love that. See? It's writers like you that will definitely, you know, you took heed to what somebody else showed you and then you're giving that back.
Absolutely.
Yep, that's really, really good to hear. So what would be the next crazy, if you had any crazy idea to put in your book, you know, what would that be? It can be sexual, anything like that, because the mind that I can see you having, you know, you could go so far. Like, I can actually see what you're talking about. I can actually see your stories being on Netflix, turning into a whole series, something like that. So what would be like, yeah. So what would be like the next craziest idea you would have for a erotica?
As a scene or as an entire collection?
Either way you want to explain it, I know your readers are going to love to hear it.
I have this huge idea for this demographic that I feel like isn't touched often, and that's black BBWs dominating mature white women. Mm-hmm. I never see shit like that. I never get to come across it, but I also feel like the interpersonal connections, you know, in these groups would be like some dope shit to just, you know, be a fly on the wall in, you know, like, I want to put together some sort of collection having to do with that, and like the women in the book that I put out are everyday women. You know, they look different, they act different, and all that stuff. But that's personally like a bucket list item for me, and I have yet to actually achieve it. So I guess I'm getting as creative as I can. Like, if I was ever handed that opportunity, and I want to put something like that together.
I love that idea. I would definitely want to, knowing me, I would definitely want to join that. Like, oh my god, that sounds very, very, very different.
That's awesome. Now if I can explain it in that way and people want to join it, that's even better.
Mm-hmm. So does your writing exhaust you in a way, or does it, you know, energize you? Because for me, it's like both.
It takes everything out of me. Like, I feel drained when I write, and I'm an insomniac, so I'm usually up for like 3 days. This is why this is like the perfect time for this interview. But I'm usually up for like 3 days when I'm on a roll. After that, I'm like a fucking zombie. Like, it's the worst. But I'm okay with that because I like to put myself all the way into shit. So definitely, like, you know, I guess I gotta like regenerate one sometime.
Yeah, true. Me, same. I can be up all night writing, or if it's art, or if anything like that that's keeping my mind going, that's definitely what I'm going to do. Most definitely. Now, I have a question. Okay, now have you ever read or even watched the movie 50 Shades of Grey?
Yes, I have both.
I should have known that. Okay, now with that story in that movie, had in any way, shape, or form did that inspire you with any future story? Did you be like, oh my god, like, did that inspire anything with a future story?
I think it inspired the openness with one's fetish, period.
Mm-hmm.
Like a super wide scale. I feel like once somebody broke that barrier, it gave everybody else like the freedom to let their kink go, I guess. But yeah, it's a huge inspiration all the way around. But my true inspiration was definitely Eric Jerome Dickey's Pleasure. Like, that was like kind of closer to me than 50 Shades of Grey.
Exactly. I was going to bring that up, and you already answered the question, so there's no need to. You know, the thing is with that, the culture that we are in, you know, she got a lot of feedback, great feedback of it, then she got the bad side of it, you know? And I'm like, how can you, you know, sexualize a woman just off of something so fictional? You know, so like that's the hard side of writing erotica too. You know, so that was one thing I was worried about. Like, I was like, if I get any weirdo or anything like that in my inbox because I wrote this story, it's going to be a problem. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to do a male point of view. And then we see what they're going to say. You know, I was like shocked with the feedback that I got. They was like, you did a whole... How do you even know about the male? I said, I did my research. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I mean, I am a whole female. I have no instincts of a male. So I had to go to male friends and ask them personal questions because I'm a very blunt person. I'm like, I don't care. Tell me, what do you do to get this woman and all this other stuff? And it was like, blah, blah this, blah, blah that. I'm like, see, you helped this character. And the crazy part is, I had more guys read my book than ever before. And that's kind of what I wanted to happen. You know, I actually wanted just both. But I got more men than anything. I'm like, okay.
See, that's dope. Written by women and read by men. That's that breaking barrier shit I'm talking about. That's awesome.
Yep, and then most of the guys that I know, they was like, oh, I don't like reading. I was like, yeah, after you read this story, we're going to see that change. They're like, yeah, I'm going to read the book because, you know, I support you. And, you know, I'm like, yeah, you're going to read the book and then you're going to like it. And then you're going to finish and be asking me, begging for a book too. And that's exactly what happened. I'm like, okay, so now how am I going to top this? Now I got to go even above the barrier with a male perspective. Now I have to do even more research and watch even more movies about a guy who is a sexist or a womanizer. All in one, I'm going to have to do all that and have a big old notebook just on that.
I love putting those notebooks together.
Yeah. And that's a good thing you said that, because how do you, you know, brainstorm and, you know, basically do your visual board in your notebook to write your story? Me, I'm very messy.
I was just going to say, like, I've written down, like, a quote from a character's conversation that didn't exist yet on, like, a Chinese food menu, and then, like, you know, kept it with me all day so I can get to my notebook, and I usually just, like, throw it in there, or while I'm writing, that page is open, and I scribble on that. It's trash, and you probably couldn't even read the handwriting, because I write, like, super messy. I'm, like, a doctor or something, but, yeah. I guess it just kind of comes together. My first book, actually, was written because I put up a Facebook post with like a raunchy photo of two cartoon lesbians or something. And people liked it, so I wrote like another excerpt. So I wrote that shit down in a notebook, and long story short, it all just like turned into a story. Like, that's how my notebook looks, pretty much, like puzzle pieces without all of the pieces for it.
Wow, that's crazy. We are probably the same person because I have done, I do it all the time because my mind is always running all day.
Yeah.
My creativity never stops. So like if I'm out shopping or anything like that, I'm like, ooh, I have a story. I have a storyline right now. Let me pull out my phone so I can write in my notes. That's why my phone is always dead because I'm always on it. I'm always writing my book on my phone. If I don't feel like being on my iPad or my laptop, I'm on my phone. So it's either that and I have like 20 plus notebooks with a whole bunch of storylines that books that I've already written that's going to turn into a series and whatnot, and my books are always spicy in some way. I've always been like that. I'm like, it's going to be drama, spicy, all of the above. Somebody's going to die. It's going to be crazy. That's just the way my mind thinks. And I feel as if you're the same way. So,
Yep, that's exactly how it goes for me too.
Yep, my notes is like a map. Half people cannot read a map; they can't read my notes. I mean, that's just me because it's gonna be scribbled. I already know, but when I look at it, I'm like, okay, that's chapter 1. If some other author looks at my notebook, they be like, "What are you talking about?"
Man,
like,
you should see the ones I write when I'm drunk. I barely understand them the next day.
yeah, until you really get into it, be like, oh.
No, you just get drunk again, and then you can read it now.
That's funny. That's very funny. Lachey said, yes, character building is hard. It is. It is. But when you're into that character that you love so much, it becomes easier. I feel. Me as a writer. Well, like when you have that favorite character that you don't want anything bad to happen to, it's like so easy to write them. But it's like when you have that character that everybody's going to hate, it's like for me that part is hard because I'm like, how am I going to make this the most wanted, most hated person in the book? And I have to think of something so devious and so evil for them to do. I'm like, there it is. That made me hate this character right there. Can't wait for her to die.
They have to be like people I hate in real life, or like the first character in my book is me, like, because obviously I'm a fucking narcissist or something, but so like I'm real self-loathing, so it was easy to like make me hate myself in the book, and a bunch of bad shit happened to me, and of course like my best friend's in the book and she's such an angel, so I'm getting reviews now like, yeah, she should have listened to her best friend.
That is a great idea. I never thought to make a bad version of myself in one of my books. Because everybody's...
It was a good time.
Yeah, everybody's not perfect, like, at all. So, I might try that. I might try that for a short story. I think I may have done it and not intentionally knew I did it. So I'm going to have to go back and read one of my books. Because I feel as if I did make myself a character, might have been feeling some type of way or something. But that's a great idea. Any authors that's listening to this, please take notes. Because this will really, truly help you. Especially if you're feeling some type of way too. It'll help you get all that aggression. I'm going to try that. I love you already. I'm going to try that for real.
Thank you.
Seriously, because like you can make an evil twin of yourself in the story.
Oh man, give my book like 2-3 chapters and you'll fucking hate me. This book is actually like, it's a collection of therapy sessions between me and my therapist, and I guess I just go too far like I always do. I'm real like hedonistic in the book, so it's like, well, I'm like that in real life, so it's like amplified in the book. But yeah, it's, you just get a bunch of internal monologue, flashbacks, and conversations with this therapist in this book, so you like really get to know me even more than you probably ever will in real life.
Yeah, but it's very different. Like, honestly, if you was to be like, Shy, I'm going to write this and I want you to read it and I want your honest opinion about myself. Like, even if you didn't say it was about you and I read it, I'd be like, who is she? Like, who is... I want to hate her, but, like, I love to want to hate her. You know, I kind of get those type of vibes.
You can't help but be, like, attracted to me in the book as well, so that's also a good sign.
Exactly. That's the vision that I go for my characters. Now, a character that I've written that I totally hate, I killed him off. I kind of kept him around for, like, to just irk my readers. I kept him around for, I think it's like the end of the series, probably book 3, and then I offed them. They was like, finally, you put us through all that. I'm like, yeah, I did, because it wasn't his time yet. He just kept talking to me. He wanted to keep saying and doing crazy stuff and ruining other people's lives. So I said, yeah, it's time for him to go. Now, if I would have made... Yes, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, like, what's the title of this book? Because I just feel like I want to get into this.
Oh, it's coming out soon.
Oh, okay, see, I'm going to be sharing your shit. Gosh.
Yeah, thank you. I share your stuff all the time because you're that different type of author that readers should definitely have on their page. I'm telling you guys, guys, I have these authors on this show for a reason, and she is one of them. She is one that will have a plethora of books that has a lot of different meanings to them. If you guys get what I'm saying.
I'm glad you can't see me, like, because I'm so red in the face. I'm blushing pretty hard, so thanks.
You're welcome. I mean, I honestly mean that, because if you're like this and then you have so much honesty to give, that's what's going to make a lot of readers gravitate to you. Nobody likes somebody who's fake, because once they reveal themselves, they're like, oh, she's a bitch. Don't want her books anymore. Or it might be something like, oh, they're the same way, and cool, I'll support her. But, I don't think any author should be fake about themselves. Me personally, I love an anonymous author. I'm going to tell you why. An anonymous author, you see exactly what they want you to see. Their books, their personality, that's it. And then when they reveal themselves, they're like, wow. Okay.
I wanted to come out like that, like, at first, and then I realized I was a millennial, and I had no choice but to use my social media platform, because those were the rules.
Yeah, at first, for the longest, when I first started writing, way before I got published and everything like that, I was anonymous, and everybody was like, Shy, can we please, I'm like, you guys get this much of me. That's all I want you guys to know for now. And I was like, you know what, I'm out my shell now, might as well just post who I am and this and whatever. They was like, you look like a 15-year-old, and I'm grown. I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm like, well, I knew that was one of them that was going to come. Oh, well, I'm used to it now.
That's a pretty cool entrance to make, though. I like that.
Yeah, I'm like, it is what it is. I'm used to it. Might as well do it. They're like, wait a minute. There's no way you're this age. And then when I started talking and I did this, they was like, no, there's no way. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can't show you guys my birth certificate, but it's real. And it was like, you have such an advanced mind for your age. Even when I started writing at 15, it was like, you got to be like in your 20s. I'm like, no, teens. Then I'm like, no. They just like, you're so advanced. How do you know about this stuff? I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. I just love romantic movies and I love action movies, and that really came into play with what I write.
That's so dope. That's the artist in you, though. That's why.
Yep. So, as your artist qualities, what would be your top 3?
The transparency, for sure. And, I have a really, dry sense of humor. I think that helps. Art has to be fun for me, because the third thing is that I'm really dark, so everything kind of, balances each other out.
I love it. I do. Because, one, I was the same way at a point, and I'm like, if I'm going to introduce myself and be on social media all the time, I'm just going to, just be myself how I am in real life outside of social media. And like you say, you have, that dry sense of humor. Me, I am that type of humor where it's a situation where it's not supposed to be funny. But I end up, because I like to lighten up the mood. I'm like the therapist friend. Everybody comes to me for anything. Even authors, they come to me, you know what, I want to do this. I'm like, go for it. If I try to do all of this and succeed, why can't you? Write what you want to write. Especially write what you want to write. Please don't, everybody, please do not listen to anyone who tells you need to be in this sort of genre just so you can top charts and make money. No, write what you want to write and what you want your readers to read. That's all you can do. Because
that's exactly what she lets me do.
Yes, because once you get in that mindset like, oh, I'm just going to write thug and that's it, then that's what you're going to be stuck in. And then when you realize, oh man, I want to write this, and now I don't know what my readers are going to think, or am I going to lose readers because of this? I went through that. I really did. And I'm speaking from experience. I was like, I'm just going to write thug books. And then when I was reading back my stuff, I'm like, this is not me. This is back when I had a whole different pen name. I'm like, this is not me. This is definitely not who I am and what I want to write. So when I changed it up and self-published something so different, and I knew it was me, I lost I can say half of my following. And I had it was a little bit. My following was around 4,000 at that time. And I lost half of that.
But I feel like you probably gained people who are really into your shit now, though.
Yep. I was like, wow. I was like, the ones who just left, they were never here for the writer that I am. They was just here for those books. I was like, yeah, I can't write like that. That can't be me. And I can tell that you're the same way. I'm like, nope, I don't even care anymore. I'm going to change my pen name. This is going to be my official pen name. These are going to be my official books. And then when I published that book that I love so much, it hit so hard. And I'm like, wow, I should have just been doing this. This should have just been me the whole time.
Exactly, because there's no point to it if you don't get to do it your way.
Exactly. Now, if you ever heard of Wattpad, that's where I started at. I think if a lot of authors take that advantage, like say you, for instance, if you was on there when I was on there, you would have, your range of following would be even bigger now because you're getting your work to readers who just love to read. They see that next chapter upload and like, oh my god, my favorite author just posted a chapter, when she's going to post the next one. That's how that was. You posted your chapters and you're getting them ready for oh, what's going to happen next. You're not just finishing the whole book. You're just posting up your chapters and like, oh my god, this is so juicy. When she's going to, you're building up your following. And those people that I built up my following with is still with me to this day.
Somebody else told me about this Wattpad or whatever. Does this thing still exist?
Mm-hmm. I'm still on there. I just haven't been active because they know that I'm published on Amazon now. So there are restrictions with that and with my publishing company. So I can't just upload a book and then, that can get me in trouble. I can't just upload a book like that anymore. Especially if it's a book that I'm going to publish. Now, if it was a sneak peek, I could definitely do that. But a full story, I can't.
Yeah, might as well publish it.
Yeah. So that's my journey. And I love your journey. And I love what you're going to do next. I know you're going to go so far, and I can't wait.
Thank you. I'm excited about it, and I really appreciate, all of the support everybody's given me. You guys are getting my head a little bit, so I'm trying to be humble. But I really do want to thank, the readers and the Facebook friends and my real life people, and definitely my publishers. You guys are the best.
Yeah. when you get that right publisher that, you know, is like, yeah, this is the writer that we need on our team, she's really going to go far. That's exactly what they seen in you. And when you had the different titles and everything, I was like, yeah, I like her already. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, because when I see somebody's title, I'm that type of person that's going to judge a book by its cover, but the title has to really grab me for me to want to really read it. And your title definitely, titles, because the ones that I've seen that nobody else have seen, they are really good. I can't wait. I just wish I can get an advanced copy. I know I can't.
I need test readers though. Like I definitely will. We'll talk after this, but yes, you probably will be like one of my test readers if you're into it like that.
Oh, I love reading. I was a reader before anything. And especially, guys, all the ones that you don't know yet, please add her. Really, add her. And she's very, very friendly. Don't get me wrong. This platform is just for that, for everybody to get to know her. So what we'll do is, right, when your next book comes out, we'll put something together that we can host on the show for your next book. You just harass me, because sometimes I might have my phone do not disturb, but just harass me and I can set up something special for the show. I do this for everybody. I can set up something special for the show for your next release. Especially for you, what I think will be so great and so explicit. Yeah, I said it. You can do maybe a short reading. That'd be so nice.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be down. I mean, I'd have to smoke before and all that, but I definitely would do that.
Yeah, so you could be mellowed out. That'd be so cool.
So awkward, so it'll help.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It took me a minute to want to, just read my book out loud. I'm like, oh my God, where'd all this come from? I'm the most shyest person, and I'm over here writing this? Okay. So, at this point, you get to... I know you shout out a lot of people, so you don't have to do that. But tell everybody who don't know yet where your books are. If you have a website, you can tell us that. All your social media platforms, tell us that. And you can tell us the next author you want to hear on the show. And that's going to be our spicy show of the night.
Okay, you can follow me on Facebook, author Rita Love, Snapchat, Miss Rita Love, Instagram, Miss Rita Love. I want to hear definitely Sunny Nicole. I don't know if she's been on the show yet, but I love her. And also a good friend of mine on Facebook, she's Nick Hamilton, but she's an upcoming author as well, and her shit's pretty dope. So, was that everything you asked me to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I will definitely... I have a great memory, so I will definitely add them on Facebook right after this show is done and get in contact with them. But you, miss, I can't wait for you to come out with new works. I can't wait to work with you on more stuff. I was glad to have you on the show. I'm going to have you on the show again. I always have reoccurring authors, like 3 or 4 times. So, yeah, we can do this again and have another late night show, make it even spicier. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, I'm wearing lingerie right now.
I freaking love her. She's amazing. I'm your host, Shy Soul. This is Rita Love. We love you. Have a great night.